Hi, this is Brian David Marshall, somehow roped into top decks this week. I'm here with Tim Landale. Tim's a Grand Prix Kansas City champion. Sounds right?
Grand Prix Kansas City, yeah.
And just yesterday, the first big tournament in the post-Scars of Mirrodin rotating standard, you just finished second at the TCGPlayer 5K.
Yep.
Nice job.
Thank you.
What's the deck you played here?
I played the green Eldrazi deck, Eldrazi Ramp.
So, yeah, talk us through your rampers.
So you have the Joraga Treespeaker, the green Soul Ring, which is your best turn 1 play. You play it on turn 1, you level it on turn 2, and hope to cast and explore Overgrown Battlement. From there, you'll cast like Growth Spasm, Cultivate.
Growth Spasm seems unusual, right? I mean, this is not something that's in a lot of the ramp decks that I've been seeing lately. I don't know why Growth Spasm.
Growth Spasm we thought was better than Cultivate because you always want to play a Titan as soon as possible. And if you play this on 3 lands, you'll be able to cast Titan the next turn, whereas if you cast Cultivate, you still have to wait another turn.
Okay.
So you'll get this, you'll get the land put into play and the token, and then you'll play another land, so you'll have 3 lands when you cast this, 4, 5 from the token, and then next turn's land, whereas Cultivate's a turn slower.
Okay.
This is the best card in the deck.
Primeval Titan?
Yeah.
There were a lot of Primeval Titans near the top tables yesterday, right?
Yeah, there were a lot in the top 8. The guy in the finals is playing Pelakka.
So talk about your Eldrazi package down here.
Yeah, we have one of each of the good Eldrazi. Emrakul, if you cast it, you always win. Kozilek was actually rather unimpressive. I think if we were going to do it again, we'd probably have 2 Ulamog. But they're just all a little different. Ulamog was very good.
Yeah, you can summoning trap into those.
Yeah, the traps were really good too. A couple times they'd counter like an Overgrown Battlement. And I actually had one game where someone in testing would like counter a battlement, so they had to attack your mana, and you'd trap into Emrakul or something on turn 2. Quite the blowout. We added the new Wurmcoil Engines from the new set.
So yeah, let's talk about all the new cards that are in your deck.
Okay.
So all the new cards from Scars of Mirrodin, what do we got?
Wurmcoil Engine.
Well, there's got to be something else, right?
Nah, that's it.
How about Wurmcoil Engine in the sideboard?
The one up in the sideboard, yeah. We cut the Always Dust to the sideboard for Wurmcoil Engine. We're a little more afraid of aggro than other people. They also make your summoning traps a lot better, giving you 10 good creatures to trap into instead of the usual 7.
Okay, and then how good was that card in practice?
It was very good. Like, you'd cast it against the aggro decks and they'd usually just die. Even if they kill it, you'd get 2 3/3s. So it was like the colorless Baneslayer Angel.
Right. Baneslayer for green?
Yeah. If you didn't have a Titan, it gave you another great 6-drop to cast.
So, and what's interesting about the Wurmcoil Engine, you can go get it with Eye of Ugin, right?
Yep. There are a couple of games where you wouldn't have enough mana to cast a Kozilek or an Ulamog, and you'd be able to search out a Wurmcoil Engine. So it made the Eye of Ugin have a lot more value.
So now, when you play Primeval Titan, you do a lot of stuff with your land. So obviously, like Primeval Titaning for 2 Tech Edges, 2 Tectonic Edges is usually a big thing.
Yep.
Or if you're in a race, getting 2 Khalni Gardens.
Yeah.
Talk about the Mystifying Mazes.
The Mystifying Maze was really good every time we were drawing it, and you didn't really, you can't play more than 8 of these and 1 of these, really. So we just had extra colorless lands that we could play without hurting the mana base at all, and the Mystifying Maze had been good every time we drew it, and we were searching it up a lot. So we added a second one, and it's actually been pretty pivotal in a couple games where your eye dies, where you just have 2 mazes and a Titan, and you're able to race them with that. And just drawing the second one was very good.
All right, so talk us through your sideboard a little bit here.
The sideboard, we knew we wanted 4 Terastodons for the mirror match. It's just the best card in the mirror by a mile. Other people had Acidic Slimes, and they just don't do anywhere near enough. We added the second eye for the mirror match and the control matchups.
Does that become like a strip mine?
Too often it gets Strip Mine or Tectonic Edge, and you want it to have a second one. And you just want more lands in the mirror match. You never want to miss a land drop. And against the control decks, having this, and you start chaining Eldrazi, where like the blue-white deck will draw a lot of cards, and then they have a lot of cards, and you just start chaining like Eldrazi spells, and they run out of counters. The Nature's Claims were kind of a reaction to us being afraid of the new control magic. Volition Rains, yeah. So it was good against those, and they have Everflowing Chalice in that deck. Other random decks. we didn't know what else was going to show up.
Sure,
If
like
the
just
white
random
weenie deck-
Pyromancer's Ascension or...
Yeah, the white weenie deck too is like basically all in on the thing that
Quest.
searches up the artifacts. Yeah, the quest, or you can kill the equipment once they get it. We have the other Wurmcoil Engine because some matchups you just want more basically Baneslayer Angels, and he's awesome for that. All his dust is great against vampires. It's won me my match against the elf deck where I just had this in play and cast this, and the game was completely over. Pelakka Wurm is really good against the red decks and aggro decks like Vengevine decks. Obstinate Baloth was kind of like a carryover.
Because you were just still scared of Jund.
No, not so much Jund, just the red deck. And he's better than Pelakka Wurm in that matchup, but he's very bad against all the Vengevine decks. We were like trying to figure out what we wanted to board in each matchup, and they recur Vengevine, so having a 4/4 that trades just doesn't do a whole lot.
So you just mix and match those?
Yeah, we didn't want more than 2 of these, because you really need to have something in the first few turns against the red deck, and he's very good against them. And the Pelakka Wurms were good against other decks. And then these were just insane against all the control decks.
Cool. Tell us what the field looked like. What are the other eldrazi you saw? We know you played against Valakut Ramp in the finals. I saw a lot of big red decks with Koth.
Yeah, there were some red decks. I managed to dodge all those. I know Chester played the same 75 cards and got paired against one of them and lost to that. I actually had 3 buys courtesy of the trial. So, yeah, it was pretty, go 3-1 and draw in the last round, or just 3-0 and cruise into the top 8 was pretty nice.
Sure.
But the field had a lot of mirror matches and other Primeval Titan based decks, like Valakut. I played against Elves, Blue-White Control, like a pretty healthy mix of the format, I think.
Did you see any of the white Wefinity decks, like the Quest for the Holy Relic?
No, I was actually surprised. I heard a lot of those coming into the tournament.
Yeah.
And I just didn't see, I almost didn't see almost any in the whole room, so I was kind of surprised by that.
And people just couldn't find the cards. It was first day, really, that anyone had a chance to play. Awesome. I mean, congratulations. Good luck the rest of the Pro Tour season also, right? You got some Grand Prix coming up for you to win?
Yeah, hopefully.
Awesome. So Tim Landale, this is Brian David Marshall from Mike Flores' Top Decks.